Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Kindly subscribe to this channel if you are new and turn your notification bell. We are back with another new movie reviews. We call it recaps, and that's what we do here on reviews and recaps of new movies. And this time around we are back with a new movie which is running now at ONYI Alex TV, and the movie is very interesting and top notch to watch. It's called Meeting Rocket. Meeting Rocket is a movie featured in by ONYI herself, Alex, and Mama Chioma Nwosu, as well as John Ekanem and Nana Obama, also in the same movie at ONYI Alex TV. This movie will teach you to love yourself first before you put others in front. Before you put others, life can be changed from any situation where you are, but also it can change for bad or it can change for good. People we tend to respect a lot, they tend to like to give us evil. They tend to give us back evil for evil. People who we feel sorry for are the people who don't feel sorry for us. They think that they are helping us, they think that they are above us, they think that they want to treat us like we are in their slaves. This movie, you find that Ivy, who happens to have lost her husband, and her mother-in-law is accusing her of having killed or having a hand in killing her husband. Ivy tried so much to tell her mother-in-law that she is not responsible for the death of her husband, because she loved her husband very much and was respecting her. Even in death, she is respecting her. But the mother-in-law could not believe it, and was always finding a way of fighting this young lady. She could let her not have access to everything the husband owned, the companies, the cars, and at the end of the day she made her mad. Along the way, we have Rocket, who happens to be a village slug who fights a lot, who have bad manners in the village, and everyone is scared about him doing everything in the village, and whereby people were scared of him, until this fateful day that the mother-in-law of Ivy brought him to the city to take care of Ivy, who is mad. Whenever life can change, and whenever you find yourself in a situation, use the situation positively, because you never know what might come out of that situation. This young man was brought to take care of a mad woman, from stealing the chicken, from being a lousy boy in the village, to being a caregiver of a mad widow, being promised a lot of cash, being promised a lot of promises to gain from this. But as humanity is always in person, this young man felt pity to this young lady Ivy, and had to see how he could get Ivy from this problem. He started being familiar to her, being friendly to her, and bringing her closer to him, bringing closer to him, so that she can be feeling free to be associated with her. They became friends even in her madness, but the mother-in-law was not able to appreciate that. Reason being that she had her own things, or she had her own way of prediction, or her own motives to to get everything from this young man, this young lady, which she called that she thought that is for her child. Yes, I agree. The mother-in-law lost her son. I can understand she was grieving and she was very sad and she was very, very mad. But what she did to make someone's child to go mad just because of greedy, it was too much. This young girl has been respecting you, has been compromising everything about you, but you paid her with evil because of your self-interest. You know, sometimes evil can never be evil forever. Even evil can come out one day. Love can win everything around. When Locket fell in love with the Ivy, he had to find a lot of ways to see that Ivy becomes well. Despite that, the mother-in-law was fighting it because she did not want Ivy to be well. As she said before, that until she gets everything. But even when she gets everything, she was not ready to do anything or to reverse or to treat this young lady. But Locket was there. Sometimes in life we meet people in our life not by coincidence, but because God wants us to meet them to change the situation around us. God wants us to meet them so that things can be reversed from where we thought they were right to be to where God wants them to be. This is what God wanted for Ivy to be well so that she can be free from the bondage of her mother-in-law. She needed Locket to be in her life, to come to her life. That's why the mother-in-law went to the village to bring Locket, because she knew that Locket is the only person who can stay with the Ivy. But when someone falls in love, you can never fight it. And this is when Locket helped this young girl Ivy to come into her normal senses. Very few things can make someone to be well. That's why in most cases, even someone who's sick can feel better if she's surrounded with people who love him. Loving someone, accompanying someone with love and care can increase first in his or her well-being, let's say, or recovery. Try so much to treat people the same way as they treat me. Blackmailing someone is not the way of becoming rich. Sometimes women, we are in marriage, but when we are the head, because we respect our husbands, that's why we always hide in their back. But you might find that when the woman is owning everything in the house, let's say 80%, but because of the respect they want to respect their husband, they end up being behind them to make them shine out there. So mothers-in-law, please, before you come and claim for your son's things or your daughter's things, try so much to think, but what if these things are for this other person? Life is like that. I'm very glad that the Locket changed. This is when that sometimes the situation you go in or you find yourself in can change your way of taking things. Locket is meeting with Ivy when she's mad, change his ways of living. The Locket who used to steal, who used to fight, who used to do everything, now changed into the best man in the village, whereby everyone was loving him and everyone was there for him. Was always and everyone was allowing him, welcoming him, than the Locket who was first before who used to steal things around. This is how God can change everything. Guys, go and watch this movie at ONYI Alex. It's called Meeting Locket.